Blue 58, go!
Welcome back, everybody. It's Utter Nonsense. We're here to talk about some of the predictions we made earlier. What's been going right, what's been going wrong. So, who do you want to start with?
I mean, you can start with.
I already know who you're going to start with, but go ahead.
Christian McCaffrey. I told y'all to draft him. I told you to draft him early. I told you to draft him in all your leagues.
Yeah, he was a top
So
three pick
far.
for me, but I put him at the bottom of those top three. But they've all been producing. Barkley's hurt now, but they've all been producing. Kamara, Barkley, and McCaffrey. But McCaffrey is a beast.
I take injury risk into assessment when I'm drafting.
Well, I didn't think Barkley would get hurt either.
I didn't think that either, but I was just saying Christian McCaffrey has been producing consistently since he got drafted. So I was right on that one. I mean,
Definitely.
looks like he's gonna be good all year, no matter whether Cam is in or out. So I'll take that one.
And they had to lean on him more anyway because Cam is out, you know. You have new quarterback in the system and everything, and, you know, and Allen's been great. Like, he looked good, but, you know, I still feel they're going to keep leaning even more heavily on McCaffrey going forward. So that's a pretty safe pick. And same thing with Kamara as well. I think Kamara now with the Drew Brees injury, they're going to be leaning heavily on him as well. So yeah, you're right. That was a good pick.
Both of those running backs are good catching the ball out of the backfield.
Oh, definitely.
So
That's all he did.
If you have a running back that not only is good running between the tackles or busting it outside, but also catches passes in the passing game, you can't go wrong with those guys because they're the safety gap, the safe gap for the quarterback. That's the hot route most of the time. He's going to be a high receiver.
Safe pick. I want to move on to a player that I've always been hyped up about, that I was ranking at number 3 tight end this year, and he's been producing, Evan Ingram. I feel, and then now with this quarterback change, I think his production should be consistent, and it should be top tier tight end the rest of the season. So if you listen to that and drafted him, and you could have got him in the mid rounds, I feel like that is awesome value for him.
He should be a lot better without Eli. A whole bunch better.
That whole team is better without Eli.
But losing Saquon Barkley at the same time is, you know, it hurts.
Yeah, because
it
now
hurts
they're
the
game
passing
planning
game.
differently. You know, like the game plan has been for Barkley. Now you're game planning for who's their biggest offensive weapon. And at the moment, I feel it's Evan Ingram. Now,
It is.
Can Sterling Shepard produce what he did again and take some of that pressure off of him?
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
But it is going to be a lot better now that Eli is gone.
But if you have Evan Ingram or you've been thinking about making a move for him, I think this is
a good time.
Yeah,
it
or
is.
if you want to trade him off and get some value, you might be missing something out on running back or wide receiver. There are not a lot of strong tight ends at the moment, but Waller from
Greg Olsen. We can go into Greg Olsen.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Waller. You talking about Waller?
Yeah, so that's another one that's come up that we all saw in Hard Knocks, but he's been producing. It's
30
nice to see
points.
that.
I picked him up last week just because I saw he had been producing.
Yep.
Tight end is real hard right now. If you can get Waller, which most people are sleep on Waller still, you should be able to get Waller.
And Baltimore tight end Mark Andrews.
He loves Mark Andrews. I'm not that.
I drafted him in. I try to draft him in almost every league, and it's been paying off. Last week, not great numbers, but first 2 weeks, he started off hot. All right, so Greg Olsen was another player.
Yeah.
And we really talked down on Greg Olsen a lot at the beginning.
I don't know. Greg Olsen is he's becoming Jordan Reed, like a ticking time bomb. You don't know when he's going to get hurt. It's almost like when, not if he's going to get hurt.
But before that initial foot injury, he was healthy. He had never missed a game though before that. But
he's getting up in age.
If he stays healthy,
and great, and he's been really solid.
He looks good.
Be cautious. I wouldn't trade my whole roster to get Greg Olsen. I wouldn't trade somebody really good because
definitely no. But if you drafted him,
be careful.
If you drafted him, that's pretty good value because most people picked him up as a later tight end or
he's
even
still
backup
available
tight
in
end.
a lot of leagues. Maybe not in these last 2 weeks. So, but if he's still available, I definitely would pick him up.
So another pair of tight ends that I was talking about, one of them hasn't even played a game this season yet. He was out with a concussion before the season even started. Jordan Reed.
I told y'all not to draft him.
And I told you, for me, it was worth drafting late as a backup tight end if you didn't have one. And yeah, that didn't pan out. Another one that I told you about was Jason Witten, and he's been doing decent.
It's decent.
He's been doing better than a lot of tight ends in the league, and it's been a consistent thing, either catching a touchdown or having a few catches with a decent chunk of yardage. So we'll see how that develops. Dak Prescott is playing at a very great level, although he has not played good defenses yet, but he's been playing at a very high level. So if he can keep that production up, there should be enough looks to where Jason Witten can keep up this streak that he has going.
Because tight end has been one of the hardest positions to predict this year.
Yep.
Last couple of years, I would say, actually.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Another player we advise everybody stay away from, and it looks like that's the trend that is going to, was we both were pretty much in agreement with that, was Todd Gurley.
Oh, yeah.
And that has been a disappointment. I would say Todd Gurley was sitting there for me in fifth round, I think, fourth round, and I picked him up in one league, and that has been a disappointment. I'm even considering starting Peyton Barber or Philip Lindsay over Todd Gurley next week. So, I'm
not sure what's going on there in LA. If he's injured or what's happening, but it was a clear. And I'm with Gurley. I'm kind of biased because I drafted him in his sophomore year and he didn't do squat. So he had a great rookie season, squat the second season, good third season. Here we are, the fourth, and it's another down year.
Another quarterback. Let's go into quarterbacks a little bit. We talked about, I felt Big Ben and Tom Brady will have a fall off this year. We were talking about how Big Ben sustained so many hits throughout his career. It looks like finally it hit him. And, it's sad to see because he's a great player. Like, I don't like seeing him go out like that. But another person was, I said, Tom Brady. I thought I was going to have a drop-off, and he has been amazing up to this point. Although he hasn't played any good team, but regardless, he's been amazing up to this point. One of the top quarterbacks in the league this year so far. Yeah. So I still want to keep an eye on that, but if you have him, he's a definite start for next week. So that's been a big surprise because Tom Brady fell in a lot of leagues. They got, everybody's able to draft him as one of the last few quarterbacks going in. Some people draft him off the name alone, but his production has been high, and I think he's been hearing the news. He knows what people are talking about him, and he's been proving people wrong up to this point.
We haven't discussed this actually all night. You don't even know I'm about to say who I'm about to say, but if you need a quarterback, if you can get him, I feel like he should be available in a lot of leagues. Jacoby Brissett has been solid. He's been really good.
And it's been helping T.Y. Hilton's production.
Yeah. So if Jacoby Brissett is available, which he might be in a lot of leagues, you pick him up because he's worth at least having as a backup on your bench. If your starter goes down, you lose somebody like Drew Brees like I did. He's been a really good, solid quarterback this year. Same thing for the guy in Buffalo. Allen. He's been really, really, really good.
And, and those quarterbacks that are able to extend plays with their legs are always going to have a little bit more value fantasy football-wise, like the Lamar Jacksons,
Deshaun
Watson, yeah. So you always give them a little bit more credit than what their talent level is as far as passing goes because they can extend plays, they can run, they can rush in for a touchdown. Even Daniel Jones, from New York, he makes some mistakes when you see him play, can't hold on to the ball sometimes, but because he can extend plays with his legs, like he should produce decent numbers if you're in quarterback need with Drew Brees out, Cam Newton out, Big Ben out. There's a lot of good quarterbacks you can go and get decent production, 20 points a game from.
Yeah. Now, I will say another player I was wrong on, Antonio Brown. I said go ahead and draft him because he was going to produce wherever he was. Turns out that has not been the case. I mean, he was productive when he did play. I will say he did well for me because I ended up getting him. He was like their third round. I thought these people were crazy. If he were to play. Now, who could have – there was no foreshadowing on all the off-the-field antics and foolishness that has been going on this whole year. So I'll take the loss on that one. I was a little wrong. I didn't think that it would extend into a season and all this other stuff with the sexual assault, misconduct, off the field stuff. I didn't know all that was going to come. But if we were strictly talking to football, I still would have been right because even when I'm wrong, I'm still right. But I was wrong on that one. I'll give you that.
Yeah. I said Juju Smith was another player that I felt was going to have a drop off because I felt Big Ben was going to have a drop off, but he's been producing, you know.
Has he? I mean, when's this last game with the rookie in? But I don't know with the first year guy.
The first game.
Was it Kyle Rudolph or someone? Who's the quarterback?
Kyle Rudolph.
You know who the quarterback
I know you're talking about his name.
What
Rudolph.
is his name?
His name is Rudolph, but Kyle Rudolph, tight end in Minnesota.
He's been trash, by the way. Speaking of, Kyle Rudolph is trash. That's why he's on my brain. Boo boo, I dropped him. Like, what is Minnesota doing? Kirk Cousins, just stay away from that passing game. Now, Dalvin Cook had a bounce back, which I wasn't high on Dalvin Cook. He's been amazing. He's been really nice. But Kyle Rudolph has been I dropped Kyle Rudolph off. Like, drop him if you got him. Don't even mess with Minnesota's passing game. I mean, I would still have Diggs. I don't even feel like Diggs has been doing much. Thielen has been okay. Thielen has been really good for me. So I haven't paid attention to what Diggs has been doing. But speaking of Kyle Rudolph got me on this Minnesota kick. But whatever the Rudolph guy is, that's the only game I know that Juju Smith-Schuster did something. Like, I don't know if he did anything else when Ben was playing. I don't think he did anything. I know he had a good game this past week.
Yeah.
But I don't know about going forward, if that's going to keep happening.
I felt he was going to have a drop-off. But, I mean, it looks like it's going okay. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button. Subscribe. Share the video.
We want to hear what you have to say. So join the discussion. Leave some comments below.